People had to be rescued today from their homes by boat in Ridgway. Severe flooding crippled that small Elk County community, and we have crews throughout the region this evening. They're covering the storm. We'll start with Jen Johnson, who is in Ridgway tonight. Jen?
Well, good evening, Marty. We are in the heart of Ridgway. I can tell you that the flooding started early this morning. This area got a series of thunderstorms that dropped about 3 to 4 inches of rain in a short amount of time, and the Clarion River just could not handle all of that rain, and the creeks around it. I want to give you an idea. We're being told that the Clarion River crested at a little more than 21 feet today. The flood stage is considered 16 feet. Now, the waters have been receding, but they have been very slow to recede. As you can see behind me here, a lot of people playing in the water right now, but really that's not even advised because it can still be dangerous. There were some scary moments earlier this morning for parents. St. Leo's Catholic School had to be evacuated, and students were taken by the fire department, or to the fire department rather, right here on North Broad Street. Parents were urged not to pick them up, but many parents defied those orders and they drove through the waters to get them. We're also following some late breaking developments right now. We're getting reports of a gas leak that happened about an hour ago, not too far from where I'm standing. It happened on West Main Street, and I can tell you that emergency crews are having trouble getting to that report because it is on the other side of the Clarion River Bridge on Main Street. People who live in that area are reporting that everybody seems to be okay, that they are aware of, but that they can smell gas. We do have a news crew on their way, also trying to get over there to find out what's going on, and we will bring you the latest developments as we get them. In the meantime, I want to bring in 6 News reporter Deven Clarke. Deven, you've been covering this since about 6 this morning, right? And you've covered a lot of evacuations. You said earlier about 125 people had to be evacuated, some of them by swift water rescue teams on boats. Others were taken by car to safe havens. And the senior high-rise center, which is directly behind us, that building had to be evacuated.
Correct, Jen. That's actually one of the most touching situations when I saw the elderly people outside. They actually, the one I spoke to, she lives on the 2nd floor, so her apartment was not affected, and that's because she lives in a high-rise building, but still, the floods affected her and her building. This is where Sharon Dulski lives. On the outside, you wouldn't be able to tell that the entire 1st floor is flooded and that everyone had to be evacuated from inside. Some people did stay behind, and Dulski, who uses a walker to get around, had her thoughts about doing the same thing. But now, she knows that if she didn't leave, she may be stuck in there now.
They were having to shut down the elevators and everything because they can't. They had to turn the electricity off because the transformer blew. So there's no lights over there.
Now, last we spoke to Dulski, she was staying in the Ridgway Fire Hall where they set up a shelter, and it is still open for her and anyone else who needs it. And in the meantime, FEMA will be in tomorrow to evaluate the situation and determine whether that shelter needs to remain open more. Of course, the situation is not over. The water is receding, but it's still very much a severe weather situation. We will continue to keep you covered as it develops. Reporting live, Deven Clarke, 6 News.
Deven, thank you for that. I know that I talked with meteorologist Tony Martin on my way up here by phone, and he told me that the Clarion River is receding, but it is going to take some time to get back to that safe, I don't want to know if I should call it the safe flood stage level, but at least 16 feet or below. This town is very active right now. There are a lot of feet on the street. There's a lot of cars on the street, a lot of emergency crews on the street, clearing debris, making sure people are okay. And some of these folks are going to be spending the night away from home. We're going to have more on that part of the story. And also, as we got to mention here, Ridgway was one of the hardest hit areas, but not the only community that was hit with severe flooding.